Hello, hello, hello to all of my Scorpios. Happy new moon in Aries, Scorpios. You and Aries actually share the ruling planet Mars, the planet of the energy planet, the planet of assertion and action. All right, so let's get into it. Happy Mercury retrograde. If you're watching this on the 21st, if you're watching it on the 20th, it's still pre-Mercury retrograde. But in any event, you're feeling this Mercury retrograde, which is actually a good thing since planets don't move backwards and they don't move at a slower pace. Gives you an opportunity, since Mercury is the messenger planet and the communication planet, to process the messages coming through. Let's go. Six of Cups. We also have the Ace of Swords. We also have the Three of Swords. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Knight of Swords, and also the Eight of Cups. Alrighty. So Six of Cups, Two of Cups, Eight of Cups. All right, and then we have all this sword energy, so balanced out sword energy. So it looks like a loved one is saying to you, it looks like a loved one is encouraging you to toss out any negative energies, right? Just like any negative feelings about being manipulated by somebody or something, or somebody trying to get over on you and this kind of thing. Source is saying to you, just emotionally move on from it. Like emotionally move on from it. So a soulmate, like I said, you have a loved one who has transitioned, but you also have someone who currently is in your life right now saying to you, you can move on from something. You can actually do this, right? So get away from talking about it, overthinking it. I'm so heartbroken. I'm so, I feel like somebody played me. I feel like somebody took advantage of me and that kind of thing. Source wants you to stay as far away from that. That's where the breakthrough is going to come in. Because obviously there was a lesson learned. Somebody feels some kind of way about some things. Somebody may feel no longer empowered, to move forward, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And so there was a lesson that somebody needed to learn, either in your personal or your professional life, something having to do with your emotions. But Source definitely wants you to stay in your light. This is what I mean by this right here. See this right here? You see this moonlight? Somebody may wake up one night and go, you know what? I need to move on from this. I emotionally need to stop giving this so much energy. And a soulmate will help you to do that. Soulmate is not always a romantic energy. Soulmate is also a good friend. It could be somebody's grandmother who has transitioned on, that's saying to you, get as far away from that energy as possible, because it'll cause you to be, have a wide range of very unhealthy emotions. And, because you may not know a whole story about something, right? And so you don't have to let that sit in your water. But I do see you eventually emotionally moving on and getting refocused again. So let's go. All right, so here we have the Ten of Cups. We have the Death card. We have the Knight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Sun card, and also the King of Wands. King of Wands. High Priestess and Death card, and also the Sun card, right? So it's like, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning, right? And so Source is saying to you, you may feel some kind of way right now, but when you get back to your purpose, you'll feel a lot better. You'll feel more youthful. You'll feel energized. You feel healed. And stay in your purpose. That's where the healing is. Because this is what's coming somebody's way. Like I said before, complete and total harmony when it comes to family. You feeling nurtured in the way that you feel like you need to be nurtured. You don't feel uncovered or vulnerable or anything like that. So Source is saying be in harmony with yourselves first, because that's what you're going to attract. You're going to attract harmony to you when you are in harmony with yourselves. Here we have the King of Wands and also the Knight of Pentacles. And so somebody making money is going to save them. Working, operating in your purpose, your sun is what's going to save you. Continue investing in yourself. Continue investing in your purpose. And I do see you inspiring a lot of people. Here we have the King of Wands. I see you inspiring a lot of people. So keep that fire going within you. One of the things that I'm seeing for some of you all is when we talk about Mars, one of your ruling planets, is Mars is the planet of assertion and action, right? When you think about Mars, you think about things like competition, survival, courage and being daring, anger, sexual drive, capacity for action, fighting spirit, energy, vitality, conflict, right? You'll know that you are entertaining energy leaks when you are focusing on who sees you as competition, right? Because some of you all can walk away from some of these relationships still in harmony with yourself and still friends with people if you don't think that they see you as competition, right? But somebody has dealt with people for so long who see you as competition, or who was in battle with you. They saw they were at war with you, when really they were at war with their own demons. Had nothing really to do with you, but because you're a water sign, you were absorbing that water. You were allowing their toxicity to get into your water. And so some of you all have dealt with energy leaks and energy vampires for so long in your own family and around you, that again, for some of you all, it was, and people who constantly discouraged you. So be able to let these messages come through to you from Mercury being retrograde, Scorpio, so that you can discern, you can really sit down in this high priestess energy on the other side of all of this. This is death, rebirth. On this other side of all of this, don't be so much in mourning that you miss the message, that you are highly intuitive. Matter of fact, you all are emotionally the smartest sign in the zodiac. So let your intuition be so heightened during this time that you're literally sitting down with a notepad with every download that God is sending to you, that you're writing it out like you're like a student of source, directly of source. Here we have the Seven of Cups, we have the Death Rebirth card again, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the King of Swords, we have the Eight of Wands, and also the Two of Wands. So again, here we have the Death Rebirth card, came out twice. So something in your personal and possibly your professional life has ended, and now you're entering into a season of rebirth. And again, somebody is learning how to really listen to your feelings about certain things, right? And so here we have the Ten of Pentacles. So again, somebody's trying to manifest your legacy as well as family situations. So somebody is still trying to process some things and trying to make some things make sense. So somebody's definitely learning lessons and trying to figure out, who in your life is trying to manipulate you and get certain things from you, and who is genuinely there, like giving you a chance to process some things. So take advantage of that, continuing to process some things. Like I said before, here we have the Seven of Cups. See how this person is biting their index finger and the snake has already slithered away? When you look at it and you think, I've encountered so many snakes, I don't know which is a good or bad snake. Remember, it's all good because it's all God. So the snake would be the tempter. Like first time we hear about snake is, if you familiar with Bible stories, is the devil coming in the form of a snake tempting Eve, right? The snake represents a kundalini experience. It represents an awakening, and so just because a person has created very firm boundaries doesn't mean that somebody's trying to manipulate you. Some people have created very firm boundaries for themselves because they too have encountered this type of energy in their lives, and they're like, I'm not rushing anything. I'm not racing to this situation right here. I have my own legacy that I'm creating. I'm not racing. I'm not rushing into anything. And so here we have the Seven of Cups. So I do, like I said, I see somebody sort of tempted to vibrate low and assume the worst about situations, but I'm telling you, it's best for you to take this time. We are in new moon energy, so this is where you're resting your mind and you're really talking to source. You're going in, you're talking to source. Help me understand all of this stuff that's going on, right? Eight of Wands and also the Two of Wands. Your answers are gonna come to you quick. It's gonna be quick progression of those answers that you're asking source for, because you are committed to staying in your light, because that's where the answers are going to come from. Believe it or not, it can come from music. You know how like sometimes it's so funny because source will send messages through anything, like through music. Source will send it through numbers, send it through colors, aura, all of that stuff. And a lot of times people miss it because they're looking for this big booming voice to come through the sky, when source does not reside outside of us. Source is within. So it'll come through. You may like you may be tuned into some kind of streaming service and think, okay, I'm playing this song, but another song comes on. That's God's way of trying to get a message through to you. Like, what? How did this song come up? Trying to get a message through to you. Okay, source, I see what you're doing. I'm still not clear. Please let it come through a dream. Let it come through a dream. While I'm in dream state or while I'm resting and there's no confusion around me, let the messages come through. And so here we have the King of Swords. And this is a person who is king of their thoughts. You're in control, completely in control of your thoughts. Anything negative coming through, I'm taking my sword and I'm cutting the negativity out. I don't want to think certain things about certain people, that, because they have boundaries and they're just not letting, they're not moved by anything they're trying to get from me. See, some people will show you that they really genuinely love you because they're not trying to get anything from you, not really, because they see it in themselves and you see it in them too. So you're not trying to control them either. Here we have the Two of Wands. So I see a lot of opportunities coming across your path, travel, meeting new people, lots of blessings trying to come your way. And again, you are a king of your thoughts, king of your intellect, and you're a very powerful person. So pay attention to those messages coming through. Pay close attention to the messages coming through. And again, don't forget to get your rest. 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 All right, here we have the Nine of Swords. We also have the Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Knight of Coins, and also the Sun card. Yes, the Sun card. So again, lets me know that Source is further reiterating, since you went through double mourning of something. Mourning is not just a physical death, it's also the ending of something. Like somebody could be mourning from or still thinking about somebody who died, but you can also be thinking about the ending of a relationship, like the ending of a job, romantic relationship, whatever, a contract or something. But again, Source is saying stay in your light, Scorpio, because that's where the answers are going to come from. Somebody's going to feel like a huge weight has been lifted, in your life, because again, you have opportunities coming your way, and you're somebody's not rushing you, or people are not rushing you into something else, right? Here we have the Knight of Coins, again letting me know, Knight of Pentacles, double working hard both in your personal and your professional life, learning how to invest in yourself, instead of this right here. Here we have the Nine of Swords. Woe is me. I don't know. I can't sleep because something is like, I don't know what's happening here. All you have to do is ask Source. Here we have the Two of Cups. Two of Cups came out twice. Your soul tribe may be helping to keep you in high spirits. Yeah, your soul tribe may be trying to keep you in high spirits, okay? So be open to receiving messages. We also have the Queen of Cups. This is where you're the Queen of Compassion. I'm talking to men and women. Don't get caught up necessarily in title of the Queen or King, whether you're a man or woman. This is a person who is a very, very compassionate, very kind-hearted, very compassionate person. So please try not to get caught up in king, queen, that kind of energy, right? Definitely means something that a person is, control of their emotions. Someone who is not necessarily vibrating low. Even if somebody were to try to plant certain seeds about certain people in your life, you're like, that's not what I see them for. They're not trying to take advantage of me. You'll be able to defend it without just sitting there. Part of what I'm seeing too in the cards is that somebody may have felt. Somebody may have felt to some degree that, and again, only take what resonates with you. Somebody could have felt to some degree that they didn't feel. Where's the card? Where's the card? Somebody could have felt this here. Just what I'm talking about right here. Somebody could have felt to some degree they didn't feel. They felt vulnerable in your presence. Maybe there was somebody or people around you that kind of may have come across as aggressive to some degree, or didn't want to speak to them, or didn't want to interrogating or whatever, and you may have thought people are running away from that kind of stuff. But if you're in a relationship with somebody and they feel like whether you're a man or woman doesn't really matter, that they don't feel safe with you, for them that could have caused them to say, nah, let me rethink this thing. I'm not trying to, I really want to be with this person because I really want to be with this person. But if they didn't feel protected and nurtured to some degree, for them they could have felt some kind of way. So here we have the God card. Yeah, here we have the God card. And Um, for somebody, like I said before, um, Source wants you, like I said before, Source really wants you to focus on, or you may not. Okay, let me do, okay, because this feeling of vulnerability could have come from your side or somebody else's side. So, a real talk about definition of covering, like covering in a relationship. You hear people say that, like about, like in church, I covered my husband, covered my wife, or covered my partner, or whatever the case may be. Somebody may have felt like you left them, in a on a very vulnerable state, and so here we have the Nine of Cups, and so Nine of Cups for you is wish fulfillment on the other side of some kind of harmony and peace, to some degree. Here we have the Seven of Wands and also the Three of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and also the Princess of Cups. So the Queen of Wands is a person who feels happy, charismatic, and free. Remember, we got the King and Queen of Wands here. So not only you are king of your ideas, but you're also queen of your ideas of feeling happy, charismatic, and free. You know how to control your fire. Like, you're not getting down off of your throne and blowtorching people. You're very compassionate. You're very compassionate energy. You're also king of your thoughts. You're on top of your game with your thoughts. You know you're powerful. You know you're smart. You know, like you are self assured. That kind of energy. And here we have the Seven of Wands. This is a person who is, when you get that stressed out or you get emotionally drained, you go somewhere, maybe sit down and meditate, or do some kind of core strengthening exercise, or some kind of core strengthening yoga, or you take some bold or courageous act that's going to keep you motivated and keep you sitting on your throne. Here we have the Three of Swords. Somebody is definitely trying to work through a double heartbreak, right? Like a double heartbreak. Maybe again you are working through, still healing from a loss of a loved one, a physical loss of a loved one, a death, but also you could be also still healing from some kind of a heartbreak, some kind of deep heartbreak that you've experienced. Here we have the Princess of Cups, but again, some new creative energy is coming across your path. So there's a lot of water that's out here on the table for you all. And this water again is a lot of creativity, and so take some time to replenish your water alone, Scorpios, and replenish meaning listening to your sacral chakra music, getting near a body of water so you can think, making sure you're journaling. So anything that source is sending to you, you can journal in your cell phone. If you're worried about somebody seeing your journal, because you always have a lock button on it. But bottom line is, Scorpio, is that you all are trying to figure out what the next steps are. Just trying to figure out what the next steps are in your legacy and how you want your legacy to look. Here we have the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Swords, Page of Wands, the World card, and also the High Priestess. High Priestess came out twice again. Somebody has a lot of gifts, like a lot of yours. The gifts are so intense, actually, in fact, Scorpio, that it could cause you to go into a real dark space. It can really cause you to go into a dark space. And so it could cause this right here, that intensity of those emotions, like, God, why can't I turn this off? Like, what in the world? It can cause you to lament over a lot of things. Here we have the Seven of Swords. You've already moved on from some past very manipulative energies, but there's still two swords still outstanding, like trying to figure out, like, do I move on from these or do I stay stuck? Like, it's like somebody's still looking back, like trying to figure some things out. And again, sources like, you can try to figure some things out if you want to, or you can just come directly to me to help me, to help you with some answers here. Mercury is retrograde, which again is a great thing, but I do see you closing out some cycles airtight. And again, closing out cycles, sometimes that looks like you moving physically and emotionally, moving on from something. And sometimes it looks like closing out a cycle and creating a very firm boundary with certain situations. So either way. Okay, and so the Page of Wands lets me know, like, some new inspiration is coming across your path. Like, some new inspiration is coming across. It can come in any form, kind of giving you the motivation that you need to go ahead and close out cycles and just move on and feel good about closing out cycles. And sometimes cycles looks like, hey, I'm closing out a romantic relationship and we end up being friends. Sometimes it looks like, I'm friends without benefits, by the way, where it's a very respectful, very creating boundaries, that kind of thing. Sometimes it's like I'm leaving a job and I'm not looking back at that job. Sometimes it looks like, if a person has died, I'm creating an altar to them. So I'm not, lingering in that space of, not opening up to speak to their spirit and then inviting them into my space, right? Here we have the Knight of Cups, and this is where you're saving yourself. This is where you're not looking for somebody outside of you to save you. You're saying, I know how to save myself because Source, the Savior, lives in me. That's who I can go to. The song just came across my heart. There was a song by Whitney Houston. I can't remember the name. I think it was I Go to the Rock. I think is that the name? I wonder if that's the name of the song. I Go to the Rock. Where do I go when something is sinking all around me? I think that was in the Preacher's Wife movie. I mean, the Preacher's Wife movie. And there was a song that she was singing, like, where do I go, for some firm foundation. And I may be misquoting the lyrics, but go look it up. And that may be something for somebody to kind of sort of really listen to that gospel song, to hear the words, like listen to, because it's a great time for you all to listen to some music. That's another way of keeping your vibrations high. Listening to some music and going directly to Source for some help. It's safe to proceed. That's right. It's safe to proceed. Let's get some more oracle cards out here, because that's your next step right there. It's safe to proceed, to move forward, to close out cycles, and really just take some time to hit a reset button. This solar eclipse is like a super new moon, so it's a super new you, giving you some time to kind of reassess everything. Wildcat 44 is your number. Be still and tune in, for there is something aloof lurking alongside you. Yeah, so you can be very proud of how far you come, not only in your physical journey, but also in your spiritual journey. So let's see what other cards we have. Spend time with animals. Yeah, spend time with animals. Some people have support animals. They have like maybe a support dog or support cat that kind of helps them. Or maybe you go for a walk, and just kind of sit near a lake or something, or go to the beach and, just kind of sort of sit out and watch, tune in. Tune into self is what Source wants somebody to do. Let's see what your number is, and let's go ahead and close this out. Let's see what your number is, and let's go ahead and close this out. Number 20. I am harmonious. You relate to others at an almost cosmic level, Scorpio. You are dedicated to rebuilding harmonious relationships of all kinds. You have the ability to persuade others to your point of view by using gentle means. So yeah, your number is 20, and let's pull an affirmation card, and let's go ahead and close it out. So this is the whole purpose of you getting into this space where your inner child feels safe, your inner child doesn't feel vulnerable, where you are not tempted to vibrate low in your thoughts and assume that everybody that comes across your path is wanting something that they can take from you. Not that that's what you're doing, but again, Source is saying to you, you will have what you want. But here we have affirmations for letting go. I release what I can't control. I let go of doubt. I will not allow fear to stop me. I say goodbye to all that blocks my growth. I am weightless, free from burdens. I am shifting my perspective. I am free from regret. Failure is a helpful feedback. That is what I have for you, Scorpios. That's what I will see you all on Sunday. Again, happy new moon in Aries. Happy solar eclipse. Happy Mercury retrograde. And remember, retrograde is a great thing because it gives us opportunity to slow down and see what messages Source is trying to send to us. And Mercury is the communication planet and the messenger planet. So what messages is Source trying to send to us about what lessons we needed to learn when we closed out that last, this cycle, we closed it out. What lessons did we need to learn about ourselves? That's what I have for you, and I will see you all on Sunday. Bye.